Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Let's take a walk and go see what's in the fridge today. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Today's beer comes from Caldera Brewing Company. These guys are out of Ashland, Oregon. This is their toasted coconut chocolate porter. Sounds pretty appetizing. This was sent to me by my brother Rico, and it still has a price tag on the side of it, $6.75 for this big 22-ounce bomber, which is not too bad at all. That's a reasonable price for 22 ounces. That's 2 beers in one bottle for $6.75. And on top of that, it is a porter, a dark beer, which takes a little bit more malt to produce that. But it's not a big ABV beer, coming in at 6.2%. And a lot of the porters, that's how they originally were done. They were a lighter ABV, easier drinking, session type dark beer. And then once you moved into the stouts, they were a little heavier, a little thicker, and a little bigger ABV. That's originally how all this worked, but now, in this day and age, we have imperial porters and bourbon barrel aged porters, and the ABV goes 4, 5, 8, 10, 12% on porters, and it's not what they were originally designed to be, guys. They were designed to be a lighter, easier drinking, lower ABV dark beer. So, and all that has changed over recent years. So, let's see what this one brings to the table. Like I said, Rico sent this to me, and the little note he sent with me, and he's a man after my own heart. He feels exactly the way I do about dating stuff and all that kind of stuff on these beers. Let me read to you what he said on this. Caldera Toasted Coconut Porter, 6.2% porter brewed with chocolate and real coconut according to the label. Says drink fresh. Do not age. But how we know what's fresh if there's no date? Imagine that. Drink it fresh, but we're not going to date it. That's the biggest problem I have with, to me, Caldera Brewing does some pretty transitional, average beers. Nothing to write home about. I don't think I've had anything that's been outstanding from those guys. I hate to say that, but they're like a lot of breweries around here and a lot of breweries across the nation and the world that are trying to get your macro drinkers and people that drink shitty beers to try something a little different, a little bit better, but they're not brewing anything outstanding. And that's the same thing around here. The guys around here brew some decent beers, pretty tasty, but unless you go to the brewery where they brew some of the bigger beers, the imperial beers that they do not can or bottle, that's the only way you're going to taste them, because they don't can or bottle those beers. They bottle the stuff. They're trying to get your macros into drinking something a little bit better. But for us seasoned craft beer drinkers, we left out in the cold on that situation. We don't get any bourbon barrel aged stuff or any imperial stuff that are Tim's guys, basically. Nothing world class or outstanding, because they're trying to sell more beer. And once you start producing stuff like that, unless you're a seasoned craft beer drinker, you're not going to want to purchase something like that, because it's going to blow your palate right out of your mouth. You're not going to be able to handle it. It's like going from water to whiskey. Alright. Baffles the mind is what he says on that. As I told you before, he said he's part of a mailing list at his bottle shop, and they just got a shipment of the Caldera beers, because he sent me several from them. Apparently they're putting Best By dates on their canned beers, which suck. That's only for their advantage to sell more beer. And how do you know what the shelf life is if they're putting a Best By date on it? 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, 12 months, or even longer. Some breweries put 2 years shelf life on some of their pale ales and IPAs. Boggles the mind, like he says. Says here, not sure what's up with that. Me neither, brother. And he said he picked it up last week. He says $6, but it's got $6.75. He may have got a discount since he's on their mailing list, evidently. So we'll see what this brings to the table. Like I said, I've not been overwhelmed by anything from Caldera Brewing, but I do appreciate Rico sending them to me and let me review them for you guys. So let's see what this big 22-ounce bomber brings to the table. Like I told you, 6.2%, not a big beer, shouldn't be too boozy or any of that kind of stuff. And it says chocolate, coconut, so see if we can get a lot of coconut or chocolate in this beer. Commercial description says, Caldera's toasted coconut chocolate porter will never cut corners you tasty love with every sip. Real hand-toasted coconut chips are complemented by pure natural chocolate, creating this complex porter, smooth and velvety, with a pronounced coconut chocolate aroma, flavor, and finish. This says Huli Paul, H-U-L-I Paul. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to mean. I guess it's an inside joke for somebody that works there or somebody they know. I'm left out on that comment. All right. I don't think there's anything else we need to talk about, so don't want this to be a 30-minute video, because like I said, these guys' beers have not impressed me a whole lot. Big Hiss. Nice carbonation, from the Hiss. Cuisine here on this one says barbecue, cheeses, a buttery brie, good Havarti, Swiss. Goes well with your chocolate dishes, of course. And dessert. And it says meat is beef, smoked meat, and grilled meat. Like I said, Big Hiss, you see, we got a nice head on this pour. Glass right a pint, back or not, time of mug, sign side down. A little more than a finger of head on that pour. And it says here, not recommended for extended cellaring. Pretty dark up here, but I see a lot of red rubbiness through the bottom of the glass. So, looks very much like a porter in the glass. I see some red rubbiness, especially down here. I can see right through red, almost looks cola color down here. Or a deep, rich iced tea. So, let's get a nose to this. Very nice head. That is exactly what you want. No more than that. For me, just my opinion. About a finger of head on any pour is about all I want. Definitely getting the chocolate. Slight hint of some coconut in there. Not overwhelming or anything. Rich roasted malt. Nice sweetness to the back end here. And that's about all I'm getting right out of the fridge, chilled at 40 degrees. And that may open up a little bit more and get a little more notes, maybe some tobacco or licorice or some dark fruit in there after it warms up. Right now, roasted malt, chocolate next, and then a slight hint of some coconut. So, let's dive in and see what we got. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Rico. More coconut in the taste than there is on the aroma. Nice bittersweet chocolate. Roasted malt. Seems to be very, very pleasant, guys. I am pleasantly surprised. Right now, this is probably one of the better ones, or maybe even the best one I've had from Caldera. I mean, their IPA and their pale ale, meh. I brew better beer than that. This seems to be very good. And with 6.2%, very easy drinking. It's not an 8, 9, 10%er that's going to knock you down or make you inebriated if you drink a whole bottle of this, which I never do. I always share. She'll get a glass out of this. And even if it was a 12-ounce bottle, she'll get a taste 2 or 3 out of it. Seems to be fairly well-made beer, guys. I am getting the chocolate, I am getting the coconut and roasted malt. So let's let this warm up, pour her a glass, let me sip on it for a while, and see if I can get anything else after it warms up, and we'll come back and do the final grade. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little left. It's sitting on about 30 minutes. Very tasty beer. Probably one of the better beers from Caldera that I've had. It's not a huge beer. I don't even know if they do a big beer or a bourbon barrel age. They may. I've not had any of those. But for a low ABV porter, 6.2% with toasted coconut and chocolate, that's exactly what I'm getting. So it lives up to what's on the label. So if you want an easy drinking coconut chocolate porter, the chocolate is not off the chain or anything like that. The coconut is not off the chain. But I am getting it on the taste. And now that it's warmed up, more chocolate and roasted malt on the nose than coconut. But on the taste, I'm getting the coconut. Very easy drinking low ABV porter. And that's where I'm going to leave it. Guys, to me, I wish they would put a date on it to let us know when it was put in the bottle, because they're saying drink it fresh. Well, we would like to drink it fresh. Tell us how old the damn beer is. Looking at the bottle, I see no dating whatsoever on it, and Caldera Brewing is big enough to do that. So, that costs them a grade point as far as I'm concerned. They want you to drink it fresh, but they won't tell you how old the damn beer is. So, leaves a little bit to be desired there, guys. And with that being said, we're going to do the final chug here. It lives up to what's written on the bottom. A coconut chocolate porter. So, as far as that goes, it's a good beer. And if that's what you're looking for, that's what you're going to get. And like I said, the coconut's not off the chain. It's not super up in your face coconut, and the chocolate's not off the chain. It's not up in your face chocolate. I've had better chocolate beers, and I've probably had better coconut beers on top of that. So, but I do think it's an A beer. It's at the bottom of the A scale to me, guys, because they refuse to put a date on the beers. They want you to drink it fresh, and they don't tell you how old the beer is. Is it a 2015, 2016, 2017? Who to God knows? I don't have any idea. And neither does Rico. It doesn't matter whether your beer store just got it in. It doesn't make any difference whatsoever. It doesn't tell you this fresh. It could have been sitting at Caldera for a while. They could have been sitting in the warehouse before it's distributed to the beer store for a while. We have no idea there. Just because your beer store just got it in doesn't mean anything. I found that out the hard way here. Beer store just got the Two Hearted Ale in, but it's got a December date on it, and we're in April. We just got this in. Yeah, but it's 4 months old. It's an IPA. So you can't always go by, my beer store just got it in, especially if it doesn't have a date on it. This beer will probably keep for a year or two. But I don't know if the coconut's going to fade over time, just like coffee does and hops do. So if they want us to drink it fresh, they should step up to the plate and put a date on it. So we're going to leave it at there. Stop harping on that. Guys, in back rating for me, A-, 90. That's where I'm going to put it. Over to Beer Advocate. Beer Advocate says 89. I'm pretty damn close to that number right there. One digit away. Over to Rate Beer. Those guys thought it was a little more impressive than I did. They gave it a 97 overall, 99 in the style. And our final check-in, we'll go over to Untappd. They have it at 4.02, which is right at their A category too. Probably their A- category. So pretty close to the B plus A- category. Once it gets into the fours, right after 4.02, that's their A- to me, guys. That's where I'm looking at that number. And once it gets into the 425, that's their solid A. And then once it gets up to their 450s, that's their A+, because I've not seen anything in the 460s yet. So, if you had this one from Caldera Brewing, their Toasted Coconut Chocolate Porter, decent beer, guys. Nothing outstanding, but it is. And the reason I'm giving it to A is because it is what it says on the bottle. I'm getting the coconut, I'm getting a little bit of the chocolate, and it is a porter. 6.2%, very easy drinking, lower ABV. It's not an imperial version or anything like that. So they just need to date their stuff. They're big enough to do it. If they're sending them on all the way over here from Oregon to the East Coast, they need to get a dating machine. So, with that being said, if you've had it, let me know what you think, guys. Come on back tomorrow. Let's see what's in the fridge. See you then.